Good evening, my fellow countrymen. After 4 weeks and 6 days of war, Corby and Claretown have reached peace, and Corby has been well corrected. Now, we must attend to other things. Since though the nation gladly welcomes this peace, the nation is still on decline. Whether or not there was or wasn't a Corby war, a third Corby war, the nation is still on the decline, with governors moving in the coming months and coming days. With the president moving as well from the land, the nation is on decline. Many of the leaders are leaving. Allison is completely dark. No word for months have come from Allison. So Allison her light is turned off. Dawson City as well. Her light is still burning, yet is taken from the candle of Claretown. Buckwheat is burning fairly well. Corby is burning as well. Evans City and Aaliyah City are still burning. Jessington is flickering out. The nation must be prepared for a new era. It must be preparing for a new era, which will not include the founders of the nation of TK. They must realize that the time of the first generation of the people of TK has come. The new generation, which are already leaders in their own right of cities and parts of the nation, will either carry it on peaceably, or many will fall apart, I'm afraid, unless something is done to try to preserve them in these coming weeks. As for Allison, she is gone dark. Her governor was connected to Dawson's governor, and therefore, with the Dawson governor moved, Allison no longer has the ability to speak, since Dawson was the voice of Allison as well. So Allison has gone dark. And Dawson City has gone dark as well. The 8th and 7th cities have gone dark without leaders. And if they have leaders, they are acting they are not informed or closely connected to the center of the nation, meaning they are far from representing anything at all. Allison and Dawson City at this time have no representatives, though with Allison going dark, or has gone dark, in Dawson City as well. The future of the nation is unsure, but I believe it will continue, either united or divided. But let Corby know this. The work is through. The work is through. Your correction is done. For what has happened, we feel in Claretown that we have corrected you. And I hope that you learn from your correction, Corby. We love you, and therefore we did this. And as much as it pained those executioners of correction, it also is necessary, and was necessary. But may God bless Corby and all the cities, since the nation will one day be a story from the past. Will she continue? She is a great power. Without her, what organization she enforced peaceably with cities, each city will eventually, through time, dissolve. All nations come to an end. So as our nation's last weeks, under the first generation of the TK people, let the youngers, the second generation, know this. The responsibility which has been for most of the history of TK with the first generation, with many founders and their families, let this be known as a new era, where they leave the nation that they founded to live without them. One of the mistakes that leaders often make is leaving a world that isn't prepared without them. Many great nations, leaders, have found this mistake too late. We are no different. But we have been blessed. Let this be the legacy of TK. We've been blessed by God to go as far as we have. He is ever merciful to us and to our sinful souls. And He, in the end, has a plan for nations. Whether to destroy or raise up or to tear down, let the Lord be praised till the dying days of our nation. May the Lord be praised throughout the streets of TK. May His name be shouted aloud. Let the people, though they come from many parts of the land of TK, let them all with one accord sing to their heart's content and praise the Lord of hosts. the God of those who came before them. May the new generation continue in serving the Lord with fear and reverence. This is all that will be said, but in closing what I have said, may the nation always stand up when they see abuses of power. It is your right to say to a leader they are wrong when they are wrong. And it is up to judges and rulers set in positions of authority to judge many a matter. Unto the heads of the nation of TK, the heads of the heads. To the Vice President, the Honorable Vice President, I thank you. I thank you for everything you have helped with this nation in many ways. To the man of the house, dear friend, we have grown old watching the nation we started as children rise to what it is now, which neither I nor thee, I do believe, perceive and can comprehend how blessed we have been in this project, which is the nation of TK. To the vice man of the house, you, with your friend, you have done well. You have helped where you could. And there are many situations where obviously it's hard to help. To the lady of the house, you have done well. You have done with what ability you had the work which you hoped to achieve, yet were powerless to achieve. Though the opinion of your fellow leaders is mixed opinion about your behavior, yet I will say you always are able to make us laugh when times are a bit too serious. You bring some humor to our work. And to my fellow countrymen and the governors and governesses, to the governor of Claretown, and to the Congress as well of Claretown, ye are the first city. Ye are the oldest city. Be an example to your other cities. Corby, we love you, and therefore we have corrected you where it has become cruel to go further. And maybe our presence has made you angry. We apologize. And we forgive you for everything that you have done in this war that was ended today. We forgive you of all that you said. We will not hold it against you what you called us. And I hope that you will not hold what we said to you against us. To Buckwheat, you trust in your strength too much. I would say that prideful Buckwheat ought to be humbled, whatever means that entails. Evans City, you were angry when I did not visit thee. And I apologize for that. That was my fault. That was my fault. It was. To Aaliyah City. Governess, you are one of the greatest governesses that our nation has ever had. Continue to rule well. Jessington, Governess, the people, your people are well defended. They know how to survive in tough situations. They are strong-minded, which sometimes means it's hard to convince your people of anything. And therefore, you're hard-headed to a very large extent. But even in this, you are a great city. And, Governess, you have done well under situation after situation. And to the other two who are cities that have gone dark, Allison and Donson, you two are... I have not much to say, actually, about thee. And I apologize for that. But I have not much to say about thee, if anything. To the governor of Zachary City, you have ruled your city well. And I hope you'll continue to rule it well. Your people are so friendly and kind that if I were needing anything, I feel that you all in Zachary City are one of the kindest people I've met. One of the kindest people of our nation. They are very kind. And that is all I have to say. God bless the nation. And God bless our fellow countrymen.